Yo, what's going on, guys? I'm going to bring another video. In this one, we have another episode of Franchise Mode with the New Jersey Devils. Now, bear with me. If you can't tell by my voice, I'm starting to lose it, and I am pretty sick. I got a stuffy nose, I got a pretty sore throat. So, if you hear a couple sneezes and a couple coughs, or if you just hear some random points where I mute my mic, then that's just me probably doing that. But in the first episode, we pretty much just looked over all the new features that are in this year. And now I did look at some of the lineup, but I didn't actually set up like the trading block and stuff and like the edit lines. I don't think we'll actually do any simulation in this episode. But yeah, our trading block had like Fiddler and like 2 first round picks, which I don't really want to give up. But what I do want to give up, if we go over to the salary cap, Andy Green definitely is 85 overall at 33 years old with 4 years left. By the time we are ready to contend for the cup, he will either be retired or oh god, my voice cracked. He will either be retired. Oh god, he will either be retired or he will just not be good enough. And plus, I feel like we can get some pretty good assets if we do involve Andy Green in the trade, because there will be some teams that will want him that are looking to make a cup run. The next one is Ryan Clough. I doubt anyone will actually take Ryan Clough with like almost 5 mil a year with only 81 overall. And then the last one, I believe, is Mark Savard. And well, if someone can take Mark Savard off of our hands, then that would be absolutely amazing. But that is what I'm going to put on the trading block. Surplus, forward, yeah. Current picks, no. I'd say current third and fourth. I'd say just like fourth plus. I'm surplusing. And wants. Just get rid of all of that. Current picks, first and seconds. Now, I don't know if third and fourth picks are going to be as valuable as they were in NHL 16 GMO, because you could still get like really good players in the third and fourth round. But I'm going to set up the lines the way I had it set up, because I actually had it set up because I was recording earlier, but I lost the video file. I'm like, I don't feel like recording. Okay, so it's still set up. So, the third line. Okay, so here's what's going to go on. We're going to have Hall and Mike Camilleri in the first line. I think I'll keep Camilleri for one more year, even though he is 34 years old. He could probably, and he's still like listed as a first liner, but we might trade him away at the trade deadline. And also, I'm gonna try and trade for some sort of first line center, possibly just like a center for the future. And then that's why Mark Savard is there, because then we can just replace him. Adam Henry, Kyle Palmieri, and Reed Boucher is going to be our second line. And we might possibly move Devontae Smith-Pelly up to where Reed Boucher is, but I want to give him a shot and see if he does grow. Sergei Kalinin, he is a medium top 9 sniper, so he might provide some depth scoring for us in the future. Travis Zajac, he's probably still got a couple more years under his belt as New Jersey Devil, and plus I wouldn't mind him retiring because he has been with New Jersey since he has been drafted. Devontae Smith-Pelly, some depth, physicality, not very good defense, an alright skater, I guess. He might grow a little bit better, and then this is probably just going to be our fourth line, but I wouldn't mind getting rid of Ryan Clone. Plus, we did make a couple of offers to some fourth liners in the last episode. Defense, John Merrill and Damian Severson is probably going to be your top two, and then possibly draft a solid defenseman at the draft. John Moore and then Andy Green is going to be traded away, and then that's where Chris Russell is going to go if hopefully he signs for us. And then Ben Lovejoy, and I don't think Brandon Gormley will stay. Will probably sign or either trade for a top 6 defenseman. So that is what the lines are looking like. Let's see if we can go ahead and make some trades. Now, I didn't look at who we could trade earlier, but I did like skim through the teams and see what teams were interested in some of our players. Andy Green, where are you? There you are. So let's see. I think Chicago was interested. Chicago. Now, what I'm looking for here is like a top 6 defenseman and maybe like a second round pick for Andy Green. Yeah, so exactly. So maybe like a Trevor Van Riemsdyk, maybe a second round pick. Draft picks. Oh yeah, they're looking to get rid of it too. Might even be able to squeeze a third in there as well. Oh, that's a third. Maybe like a fourth. So Andy Green for Trevor Van Riemsdyk for a second and a fourth. I'll try a first. Trevor Van Riemsdyk in a first. That's not gonna go through though. Maybe throw in like Ryan Clough. Uh, they do actually want Ryan Clough. And then I'm gonna throw in one of the third round picks that we have because it's pretty much like moving up, moving the pick for the pick. Oh, they do have our third round. Yeah, so we can just get our third round pick back. Oh no, we're trading. I don't know what I'm talking about. Trade away our third round pick. I got kind of confused there. So a third round pick, Ryan Clough and Andy Green to Chicago for Trevor Van Riemsdyk in a first round pick. Will it go through? Gotta be honest, Chicago's not too thrilled to part ways with whatever you were sending your way, but you aren't completely off quite well to be honest, but you need to sweeten the value just a touch. So maybe throw in like Mark Savard. Deals with Mark Savard. Uh, take Mark's yeah, Chicago be over the salary cap, alright. Draft picks. Maybe throw in like a really late third round pick. Or what about a 20? Oh yeah, we could. Oh yeah, we got two picks here. Let's throw in a 2018 second round pick. That'll go through. No, trade still rejected. They don't want to take on the contract of Ryan Clough. Alright, which means we're going to have to retain some of his salary, which I was hoping we wouldn't have to do. Let's make it so Chicago is at 1 mil, the salary cap. So retain almost 1 mil. Yeah, I think that's going to go through. Alright, there we go. Alright, there we go. Lost round for trading away injury. Yeah, that's alright. Go best lines for now. Alright. And now let's just see if we can somehow trade away Mark Savard. I doubt anybody will want him. Yeah, no one wants this. Let's just see if we can trade away from like a fifth round pick. Or without even saying you're not even in the right city, let alone ballpark. Even like a seventh round pick. Just give us a seventh round pick for him. The good news, man, is the good news is that we've crafted a proposal that in other circumstances would be inclined to agree a fair market. Now the bad news is that we are not looking as I don't want his contract. I'll retain some of it. Because we do have like a really good amount of salary cap. And I really want the like extra little bit of salary cap gone. But let's go until we will retain 3/4 like retain 3/4 of a mil. So interest, we appreciate the changes though. Alright. Mark Savard, trading away Mark Savard is not gonna work. I kind of figured that, but we got rid of Ryan Clough. Now, we need some type of first line center for the future. Like Nathan Bastian, like medium top six. That's not gonna get it done. That's not gonna get it done. Pavel Zach, I wouldn't mind hanging on to just because he's a bit more developed. Michael McLeod. Yeah, like those guys, they're just like they're not gonna be first line centermen. It's like we have some pretty good like prospects here. We could even trade away like Jacobs. All right, sorry I had to sneeze. All right, so let's go to centers. Let's see. All right, yeah, we'll sort by potential. So no one really there. Arizona, I almost said Phoenix. Dylan Strome. I'm not really interested in Dylan Strome a whole lot, and plus it wouldn't not. I don't really care about realistic trades. It just I feel like this would be completely unrealistic. Pavel Datsyuk we could get. Oh god. Now if I go to Boston, does it like keep like this like the okay decent it does so it does keep like the potential system. Alright, that's good. Ryan Spooner, he's not first line center worthy. Now Jack Eichel, I'll meet him for okay, yeah, Jack Eichel's out of the question. Ryan O'Reilly's got a pretty high trade value, and plus he's not really what I'm looking for. I'm looking for more like a skilled guy. Carolina, sorry for my squeaky chair. Alexis Sorello, Victor Rask. Now I feel like Victor Rask would be a good option. Just he doesn't have the potential to be like a top center. I feel. Columbus. Pierre-Luc Dubois. He's only low elite. I think he deserves a little bit higher than that. That's kind of poop. Low elite. Like I'd rather like high top six. I think he deserves medium elite anyways. I think he does. Alex Wenberg's not a bad decision, even though he does only have the medium top six, but he's probably the best one that I've seen so far. Not the best face-offs though. Very good puck skills though. Shooting's under mediocre. Really good skater. All right physical, and his senses would be 5-star if it wasn't for his poise. So Alex Wenberg's actually probably the best one that I've seen so far. So he's an option. Calgary, uh, nothing really there. Sean Monahan would be too much. Nothing in Chicago. Colorado might be one, although their trade values are way too high in McKinnon and Duchesne for me to want to even try to get. Dallas, no, nothing there. Detroit, Dylan Larkin's a possibility, but I feel like he doesn't have. I guess I thought he'd be like really like rated high just because like his skating would weigh it up so much. Like he doesn't have bad putt skills. Shooting's better than Wenberg. A little bit more trade value, so I'd say it's between Wenberg and Larkin right now. McDavid's obviously we can't get. Low lead on Nuge. I still feel like Nuge can be like a top player in the league. Nuge wouldn't be a bad idea. Either would Draisaitl. So those are always options. Barkov's pretty high. Bugstader, Trocheck. Florida has some bad options. LA. Oh wow, nothing in LA. Minnesota. Eriksson Ek. They just drafted. Oh no, that's last year. Nothing really there though. Montreal. Galchenyuk. That'd be way too hard to get. Nashville has Johansson. Islanders. Matthew Barzal. Eh. Like he's like a long term first liner, Matthew Barzal. Rangers, Derek Stepan, Mika Zibanejad. Well, they don't have very many centers. JT Miller, not some bad options there. Derek Stepan's probably the best 88 overall. Like he's probably the highest rated option that we could possibly get. Philly Claude Giroux, Travis Konechny, Sean Couturier. I still think I want Oscar Wenberg more than like any of these guys. Wenberg or Larson. Or not Larson, Larkin. Thomas Hurdle, Loey Lease. I don't really find Hurdle a good center. Like, he's not a good center. Like, he's a winger in my eyes, Thomas Hurdle. St. Louis, Barbashev. Tampa Bay, Stamkos, and Tyler Johnson. Toronto, Austin Matthews. Only 77 overall. William Nylander. What's Mitch Marner? Where's Mitch Marner? Where the fuck is Mitch Marner at? Oh, there he is. I was just looking right at him. Low elite. Vancouver. Bo Horvat. Bo Horvat's another option, I guess. I would say he's a better all-around centerman than someone like Wenberg, but I feel like Wenberg would be a better option. Like, he's a better, like, Horvat's solid all around, but Wenberg's better in, like, more categories, I feel, than Horvat. But if we're just looking for, like, all-around good, then it's probably Bo Horvat. Winnipeg has Mark Scheifele, whose trade value actually isn't too high. But once again, like 70 faceoffs, he's more of a winger. And the last one, Washington. Kuznetsov's trade value is way too high. Alright. I think, like, even just looking at someone like an Adam Henrique, who was already 87 overall. I think I would rather get someone like a Wenberg than keep Adam Henrique, because he is only 27, because he is like 26 years old. So he's going to be like the permanent second line center. So I think I'm going to go, Oscar Wenberg. I don't know, I'm gonna try for Larkin, and then if I don't get him, I'll go for and then I will go for Wenberg. So Dylan Larkin. Now, they do want these unsigned prospects, which is good. So we gotta make a decision on which one to keep. I could go McLeod. They would take that, but I probably have to throw something. I got a couple defensive prospects as well. Santini, Jacobs. Alright, yeah, we'll go Jacobs. Alright, so I think this is what the deal is going to be. So we got these two prospects here. They both have top 6 potential, so Jacobs isn't as good as he could be. So he could be like grow into like an 81, 82, maybe hit like 83, 84. If he's lucky, McLeod could easily hit that as well, maybe even like 86, 87, but it's going to take time for those guys to develop if they do, and that's if their potential doesn't drop. And plus, we could get Dylan Larkin right now, 20 years old, just fresh in the league, his second year. I think this is the right move to make. Let's see if they take that. Trade accepted. I doubt anyone will think Detroit came out on the short end of the stick with this trade. I think a couple people might think that. You know, only a couple maybe think that Detroit got the short end of the stick there, but I'll definitely take that. Alright, so let's just make sure that everyone is up. Edit lines. Alright. I think we're gonna have to go to roster moves. Alright. Goalies, nothing has changed. It's Schneider and Wedgwood. Defenseman, so once we hopefully sign Chris Russell, Brandon Gormley will go down. Right wingers, Blaine Deasy, I don't think he's supposed to be up, so we can just go forwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Is Larkin not up? Alright, there we go. Call Larkin up. Call Larkin up, so that's 14. We need to send somebody down. It's gonna be Mark Savard. Being under the NHL salary cap. Okay. uh, can I send this guy down? No, I can't. Alright, so I guess these guys are just going to stay here until we sign Chris Russell and all that. So options, best lines, do that. Okay, Palmieri, Zajac, Smith, Pelly. Alright, that looks good. Defense, Merrill Severson. Yep, that looks good. I'll fix the power play and stuff once we sign like the fourth liners and stuff that we got, and hopefully Chris Russell. Alright, so we are going to start the simulation a little bit here. We might go like a month in. Amateur scout. Alright, scouting assignment. Let's go to the WHL defenseman 6 weeks. Let's get some big, gritty defenseman. Budget allocation. Going to 10, here's a budget allocation for the upcoming year. Set a maximum for every category. For a category like player salaries, I'm fine with you going over the maximum budget as long as you're able to maintain a profit by the end of the year. I also give some extra spending money to play around, so feel free to allocate that money to any category. Pretty sure I already did that. Yeah, I already did that. Alright. Yeah, I already did that. So, don't gotta worry about that. Assign promotions. I already did this as well. EA, I'm one set ahead of you guys. I'm already ahead. I already did that. Like, there's like not any money left over for the promotions night. Oh wow, 10-1. So are the free agents gonna sign? Rocco Grimaldi signed. Marc-Andre Clichet signed. Chris Russell. Yeah, Chris Russell. There we go. Chris Russell signed. All right. So now we can go to roster moves. Roster moves. They already up with the team. No, they are not in the system. Wait. Boom, boom. Leave Rocco Grimaldi down there. Send down Savard, Gormley, you. Idju. Okay, putting these SSA up for right now. Hard to fit your lines. Okay. So how many forwards do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, right? Yeah, so. Blandisi, you go down. Oh no, he has to stay up, alright. Being under the NHL salary cap, alright. So they have to stay up anyway. So best lines for right now. And I will edit them. Alright, yeah, so Larkin, Henrique, Boucher, Henrique, Palmieri, Camilleri, Larkin, Hall, Kalinin, Zajac, Smith, Pelly, Fiddler, Joseph Santa, Marc-Andre Clichet. Defense, John Merrill and Damon Severson. John Moore and Chris Russell, Trevor Van Riemsdyk, Ben Lovejoy, and then in the net, Corey Schneider with Scott Wedgwood. Alright, special teams. Power play, I think we'll give Henrique first time power play. That's good. 4-man power play. Good. Penalty kill. Larkin, Palmieri. 3-man. Give Larkin, we will Larkin first line penalty kill time. And then the only scratched one. Oh, Bo Bennett's not being. Okay, yeah, we'll put Bo Bennett in. Yeah, we'll put Bo Bennett in instead of Marc-Andre Clichet. I'd rather much have Bo Bennett. Bo Bennett. Then we have to go to special teams. It fits the penalty kill. Alright. I'm gonna throw Fiddler on there. Changing current line. And I think that's good. Yeah, that's good. Alright. Alright, I think that's going to be all for right now. So thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. And I will see you guys in episode 3 of New Jersey Devils franchise mode. Peace.